To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune, or to take up arms against a sea of troubles, and by oppressing end them, to die, to sleep. To sleep? Perchance to dream, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, where what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect. That makes calamity of so long life, for who would bear the whips and scorns of time? The oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely. The pangs of disprized love, the law's delay, the innocence, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make. With the bare bodkin, who would fardels bear, to grunt and swear under a weary life? But the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose burn no traveller returns, puzzles the will. And makes us rather bear those ills we have. Then fly to others that we know not of. Thus confidence does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied over with the pale cast of thought. And enterprises of great pitch and moment, with this regard, their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Softly you now, the fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered. Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things, that it were bitter my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offences at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling beneath earth and heaven, we are errant knaves. All of us. We are errant knaves, all. Believe none of us. Go thy way to a nunnery. Where's thy father? Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell. If thou dost marry, I give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou a chaste, as nice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calamity. Get thee to a nunnery. Go, farewell, or if thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery, go, and quickly, farewell. Speak this speech, I pray you. As I pronounce it to you, tripling on the tongue, but if you mouth it, as many of our players do, I had a leaf. The town criers spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air too much with your hands thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent, tempest, and, as I may say, whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it soothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, periwig-pated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of the groundlings, who for the most part are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for overdoing termagant in our Herod. Pray you, avoid it. Be not too tame, neither. But let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action, with this special observance, that you o'erstep not the modesty of nature, for anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end both at the first and now was and is to hold as 'twere the mirror up to nature to show virtue, her own feature, scorn, her own image, and the very age and body of the time is form and pressure. Now this overdone, or come tardy of, though it makes the unskilled laugh, cannot but make the judicious greed the censure of the which one must in your allowance overweigh a whole theatre of others. Oh, there be players that I have seen play and heard others praise, and that highly, not to speak it profanely, that neither having the assent of Christians, nor the gait of Christian, pagan nor man, have so strutted and bellowed, that I have thought some of nature's journeymen had made men and not made them well. They imitate humanity so abominably. Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them, for there be of them that will themselves laugh, to set on some quantity of barren spectators to laugh too, though in the meantime some necessary question of the play be then to be considered, that villainous, and shows a most pitiable ambition in the fool that uses us. Go, make you ready. Nay, do not think I flatter. For what advancement may I hope from thee? That no revenue hast but thy good spirits to feed and clothe thee. Why should the poor be flattered? No, let the candid tongue lick absurd pomp, and crock from pregnant hinges of the knee, where thrift may follow fawning. Dost thou hear, since my dear soul was mistress of her choice, and could of men distinguish her election, hath sealed thee for herself, for thou hast been as one in suffering all that suffers nothing, a man that fortune's buffets and rewards hast ta'en with equal thanks, and blessed are those whose blood and judgment are so well commingled, that they are not a pipe for fortune's finger, to sound what stop she please. Give me that man that is not a passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core, I in my heart of hearts, as I do thee. Something too much of this. There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes near the circumstance which I have told thee of my father's death. I prithee, when thou seest that act afoot, even with the very comment of thy soul, observe my uncle, if his occulted guilt do not itself unkennel in one speech. It is a damned ghost that we have seen, and my imaginations are as foolish. And my imaginations are as a fool, as Vulcan's stithy. Give him heedful note, for I mine eyes will rivet to his face, and after we will both our judgments join in censure of his seeming